Hey guys, I'm back with a new video. How do I want to start this off? Well, if you're one of those people who just comes to my channel for like Pretty Little Liars reviews or any videos I've done in the past with like B5 or anything, I would like to let you guys know, in case you haven't noticed, that back in the day, I used to do a lot of videos about very, very serious topics and things that kind of caught my interest or just pretty much anything. So that's what this video is going to be. It's actually going to be based around children, and I do have a video on spanking your child and how I feel about that. I'm probably going to put that as a video response um, for this video. But the thing is that I thought about two particular things when it comes to children, and that's how society or a lot of people go around kind of asking women, why haven't you had kids yet? And then I also thought yesterday about the whole not really watching your child type of a thing. And I know that when we start talking about children and motherhood and stuff, that can bring out a lot of negative feelings. But I feel like this is something I really should kind of talk about. I mean, I know I'm not a mom, and I'm obviously not married. I'm not even engaged. Heck, I don't even have a boyfriend. Point is, um, I'm on YouTube a lot, and I do follow, like, I am subscribed to like people who are my age or a little younger than me, and some who are older than me, like in their 30s. And I'm constantly seeing people in the comment section, and I know people are curious. I know that's human nature. We're all curious and we all want to know things about others who interest us. But at the same time, when you start asking things you probably shouldn't, especially when it comes to a woman who is in her 30s, doesn't have kids yet, but has been married for a while. First of all, you don't know the situation. Maybe she can't have kids. Maybe that's something that she probably doesn't want to constantly be reminded about. Maybe they've been trying to have a kid. The doctors say that they can, but somehow they're just not making it happen. Or maybe, big shock, she's one of those women who doesn't want kids, you know? And I've heard some things said, from people. I mean, I'm not going to tell you exactly who, but I feel like sometimes society is kind of like all women should have kids, but at the same time, there are women who don't want kids. At this point in my life, I don't. When I was younger, like 11 years old, 12, I always said, I never want to have kids. And I sometimes feel like that too, personally, because I mean, it's kind of like how I feel about me being single and not being in a relationship. I like to just wake up and do my own thing. Like, I don't have to worry about anybody else or anything like that. I mean, the only people I worry about is my family, like my parents and close relatives. That's pretty much it. And, a few friends. But my thing is that not all women need to have kids. I mean, sure, like I said, you're curious and you want to know why someone hasn't had a kid, but at the same time, it's a bit rude, to just flat out be like, why don't you have kids yet? You've been married for 5, 6, 7 years. Why don't you guys have kids? Children aren't for everybody. And it's interesting because a lot of times when you hear stories on the news about people who either murder their child, are neglecting their child, and doing all this stuff, and you're like, why did this woman have a child if she's going to just behave like this? I'm not saying that all women who don't want kids are thinking about doing any of that stuff. That's not the case. But stories like that really just make you think, and it also makes you think about the other moms who can't have kids and they want children. And I know, like, if they see that on TV, they just get really emotional because they're like, wow, I can't even have my own child. And here's a woman who can have kids and is just treating them like crap. And there is always adoption, but apparently adoption is really difficult to like the process and everything. I mean, I wouldn't know. That's what I've heard. So yeah, that's how I feel about the whole thing about moms or women in general, and the concept that we need to have kids. I mean, yeah, I know. Women, we give birth and repopulate, but I mean, still. Now, this is what I really want to talk about, okay? And I do have a couple of personal encounters with this. The other thing I wanted to talk about with kids is, and I'm going to say this as lightly as possible, I really want parents to be a little more alert and pay more attention to their children, especially out in public. It really annoys me when I see a really, really small child walking by themselves, even though the parents, you can see them in front of the child. Look, someone could snatch up your kid so quickly nowadays. I mean, it is crazy. And just to see a little child, and the parents are walking and they're like, come on, walk faster. And I'm like, why aren't you holding your child's hand? There's nothing, you're not carrying anything. You could hold on to your child's hand and walk through the mall, walk through Walmart, Target, whatever. And that's something that I see it a lot. I really do see it a lot. And where was I going with this? Oh, my mom. Whenever she and I are together and we're out in public or out or whatever, she always says, girl, I held your hand until you were like 15. Well, she didn't. But the point is, she's saying that, you know, I held on to you. I made sure I could see you at all times and that I was holding your hand. And that's one reason why I never got snatched up. But the point is, parents need to just pay more attention to their children. Like, some of you know that I just recently, like a week and a half ago or something, I was in Disney World. And I remember this obviously very vividly. We were actually leaving Hollywood Studios. And it was after we finished watching Fantasmic. Love the show. If you've never seen it, it's fabulous. Anyways, we were walking and we were leaving, and there was this little boy and a little girl, and they were like just walking and talking and stuff, and I didn't see their parents. I mean, it was a big group of people walking, obviously leaving the park at night. And I finally saw them, and they were like a good ways away, and all the woman did was turn around and tell them to hurry up. So my parents and I, we pretty much slowed our pace, and we were the ones actually keeping an eye on those two kids because they weren't trying to like speed up and keep up with the parents, and the parents just kept walking like it was nothing. I'm guessing it was their parents, but whoever it was, they were with them and they weren't watching the kids properly. And I want to say that we didn't walk away until we saw the two kids like kind of speed up and then finally catch up, and then we went our own separate way. I just wanted to make sure that nothing happened to them. Yes, there are still some good people in this world, okay? But my point is, like I said, people, watch your kids, okay? If you love them, watch them. Make sure that nothing bad happens to them. Because I would hate to, you know, read more stories, although they're going to happen, about kids being kidnapped and all this crazy stuff happening. It's a sad world that we live in, but it is what happens. So, now that I'm done rambling, let me know how you guys feel about these things. Let's keep the conversation polite. Can we try and do that? Okay. And that's all I want to talk about for now. Actually, I might do another video today because I'm just in a really big talking mood. I really am. So, take care, you guys, and I'll see you in my next video. See ya.